shifting our focus to more news coming in now. This is with regards to the SC observations against the Nupur Sharma case, outrage against SC judges as far as this case is concerned. In fact, we are being told that 15 retired judges, 77 retired bureaucrats and 25 retired armed forces officers have issued an open statement against the unfortunate and unprecedented comments by Justice Surya, Kant and Justice Pardiwala. Times now has accessed the letter. Swati, my colleague, will be taking us through that letter in detail. Yes, Swati?
Yes, Kritzween. Well, like you said, this is an open letter by prominent citizens, concerned citizens. The signatories include former judges and bureaucrats. Let me take you through this statement. We as concerned citizens do believe that the democracy of any country will remain intact till all the institutions perform their duties as per the constitution. Recent comments by the two judges of the Honorable Supreme Court have surpassed the Lakshman Rekha and compelled us to issue an open statement. Let me take you through the operative part now. Point number one says, unfortunate and unprecedented comments emanating from the two-judge bench of the Honorable Supreme Court, Justice Surya Kant and Justice Pardiwala, while being seized of a petition by Nupur Sharma, have sent shockwaves in the country and outside. The observations, simultaneously relayed by all news channels in high decibels, are not in sync with judicial ethos. By no stretch, these observations, which are not part of the judicial order, can be sanctified on the plank of judicial propriety and fairness. Such outrageous transgressions are without parallel in the annals of judiciary. Point number two says, Nupur Sharma sought access to justice system before the highest court, as that court alone could consider grant of relief being sought. The observations that have no connect jurisprudentially with the issue raised in the petition transgressed in an unprecedented manner all canons of dispensation of justice. She was de facto denied access to judiciary, and in the process there was an outrage on the preamble, spirit and essence of the constitution. Point number three says, perceptionally the observations, Nupur Sharma is adjudged with severity guilty in a proceeding where this was not an issue at all. Reflection, she is single-handedly responsible for what is happening in the country, has no rationale. By such observation, perceptionally, there is virtual exoneration of the dastardliest beheading at Udaipur in broad daylight. The observations also graduate to most unjustifiable degree that this was only to fan an agenda. Now, further, these concerned citizens that comprises of former judges and bureaucrats say legal fraternity is bound to be surprised and shocked at the observation that an FIR should lead to arrest. The observations on other agencies in the country without notice to them are indeed worrisome and alarming. In the annals of judiciary, the unfortunate comments have no parallel and are indelible scar on justice system of the largest democracy. Urgent rectification steps are called for, as these have potentially serious consequences on the democratic values and security of the country. Emotions have flared up extensively on account of these observations that in a sense dilute the barbaric, dastardly beheading in broad daylight in Udaipur, a case under investigation. The observations, judgmental in nature on issues not before the court, are crucifixion of the essence and spirit of the Indian Constitution. Forcing a petitioner by such damning observations, pronouncing her guilty without trial, and denial of access to justice on issue raised in the petition can never be a facet of a democratic society. Extremely strong words used by these concerned citizens. It further says, rational mind is bewildered not only at the jurisprudential transgressions but also the sweep of the same, as judges hit out no holds barred at agencies and making innuendo reflections about her clout. The observations are too serious to be overlooked if rule of law democracy has to sustain and blossom and deserve to be recalled with stance that soothes minds that care for justice, notwithstanding the unwanted and unwarranted and uncalled for verbal observations of the honorable judges of the Apex Court. There is another crucial aspect of the matter. As noted above, the petitioner has approached the Supreme Court for transfer of various FIRs registered against her in different states in respect to the alleged remarks made by her during a TV debate. The allegations constitute only one offence for which separate prosecutions, FIRs, were launched. Article 22 of the Constitution of India prohibits prosecution and punishment more than once for the same offence. And then it further goes on to describe Article 20. Yes.